Hey guys, Phil Yumas here, and today we're checking out the brand new early April patch that just came out and doing a tier list. You guys have been enjoying the tier list recently, so I thought I'd do some more. I think it'd be interesting. But let's go ahead and check out the changes. You guys have been DMing me, blowing up my phone and all that. Apparently this patch happened last night while I was sleeping, so I didn't get to cover it on stream. But this patch is crazy apparently, guys. Check it out. Alright, it is patch 1.4.1.13. Okay, interesting stuff. Notes, small balance patch aimed at shaking up the early game top lane meta. I'm excited. Check it out. Cinderace, this change actually surprised me so much. I did not think they would ever do a change like this, but this is crazy. Cinderace will now be moving to a more burst style character with these special attack scaling changes. Cinderace has changed. Everyone knows Cinderace is the attack damage, right? You take attack weight or muscle band or whatever. But now Cinderace is going to be a special attack character. So if you were taking Rocky Helmet against Cinderace, it's time to put on the Assault Vest. Here we go. Cinderace goes from attack to special attack. Here you go. Special attack. Cinderace now gains 20 to 63 special attack per level, starting at 33. So you see all the levels here. Back then, I didn't even know why Cinderace got special attack back then because it never scaled off it. But it looks like now it goes from 111, 119 special attack at level 15 to 623. Wow, that's a lot. It's not as much as Gardevoir and like A9 because I think they're like actual special attack characters, where Cinderace is now going to be more of a hybrid. But still, 600 something is not bad. Yep, early levels, it doesn't seem like as much, but once it evolves, it starts getting bigger and bigger numbers. So late game, your Cinderace is going to be packing a lot of damage here. Pyro Ball got buffed too. Pyro Ball's base damage went from 610 to 1019. So they're really trying to push Pyro Ball Cinderace because, you know, nowadays everyone plays Blaze Kick, right? But I guess they're trying to push Cinderace to more pokey style character now that scales with special attack. You can poke with a Pyro Ball and then finish people off with the Unite Execute. Pretty damn interesting. Dude, this actually seems crazy. I'm gonna test this out right now. Let's see how this feels right now. I'm testing this out right now. Let's go. We're gonna go in the practice tool here and let's test this out, because this is crazy, dude. All right, first let's test the control. As you can see, this is the build I run on Cinderace because before this patch, Cinderace scaled off attack damage, right? So let's test how much Pyro Ball does with this build, and then we'll test it with a build with glasses and see how it does. So here we go. We're at level 7 here. Cinderace just gets Pyro Ball. Let's see how much damage just Pyro Ball does now. It does, with the attack damage build, it still does pretty good damage, right? 1379. That's pretty good damage at level 7 here. So Cinderace, even if you want to keep going attack damage, I guess it'll be okay. But let's see how much the glasses do. All right, let's go ahead and put on some glasses now. Now, I doubt Cinderace will run triple glasses, so I'm going to go a more realistic build. I'm thinking Cinderace is probably going to run something like this, or maybe you drop Muscle Band now and go Buddy Barrier. I doubt no real characters viable triple glasses, so I think this is probably going to be the new meta Cinderace build now. Wise Glasses, Choice Specs, and Buddy Bear. And let's test out how much damage this ends up doing. Alright, let's go ahead and test it here. We just got our Pyro Ball. Alright, let's see how much damage we do at level 7. Last time we did what? 1300 damage or something with Pyro Ball. Let's see how much we do now. 16. Hey, pretty sizable increase. Putting on the double glasses makes us do about 300 or so more damage too, and this is only in the early game. Y'all saw the late game numbers, right? Let's go ahead and level up. Let's see the late game numbers of this, bro, because the late game numbers are crazy, bro. So I didn't actually test the late game numbers before, but let's see how much damage you do now late game. Late game, we go ahead and we do, wow, 2500 damage with one Pyro Ball. That's not bad. That's not bad. I remember Cinderace is doing about 1800, 1900 damage before Pyro Ball. So now, if you go just double glasses, imagine I went triple glasses, right? If you just go double glasses on Cinderace here, which is gonna probably be the new meta build on Cinderace, it does an extra like 600 damage. So this got probably be how you play Cinderace now. You just back up, be really far away. They jump at you, you run away. You get your Pyro Ball back up. You go ahead and use Pyro Ball people and you run away. And you just poke them now. Interesting changes. What do you guys think? What do you Cinderace mains think about this change, guys? All right, we got a little bit sidetracked there, but back to the patch notes. Very, very interesting change on Cinderace. And it seems like it actually matters, man. It does a lot more damage to the Pyro Ball, dude, because of the base damage and the scaling changes. You can proc Choice Specs now on it. It's going to be really, really interesting. Next one up, we have Greedent. Covet Unstoppable removed. No wonder y'all were blowing me up about this, bro. What? Everyone hates Greedent, okay? It's a widely known fact. But Greedent's Unstoppable was actually removed. Now immune to slows. After testing, this does not include speed flux zones. Wait, so Greedent's Covet, finally, you can CC Greedent now. You can finally CC Greedent now, bro. I can play Mr. Mime again. Oh my god, this is a crazy change. Oh my god, dude, this is amazing, guys. Drop a like. Drop a like for Greedent's Covet being removed. That's awesome. Immune to slows, that's fair. I think it's fair. You can't just straight up remove all of its, upsides, right? But the fact that you can CC Greedent down now with something other than a Slowbro Unite is amazing, bro. And it doesn't even work in Speed Flux Zone, so he can't go around in your base and eat your berries anymore. Wow. That is a big nerf to Greedent. That is a ginormous nerf to Greedent, bro. RIP Greedent, bro. I'm happy about it, though. I'm happy about it. They probably are going to have to buff Greedent next patch because this nerf is ginormous, dude. Okay, I love that. I love that, boys. Drop a like for that, dude. I love that, bro. Let's go. Okay. Next one up, Lucario. Yes, a lot of top lane nerfs, I guess. Well, Cinderace isn't really top laner, but Cinderace goes top pretty often. If you watch competitive, Cinderace always ganks top, right? Greedent is the top laner. Lucario is the top laner. Extreme Speed. Lucario has been nerfed multiple times. This one might put the final. Okay, so this is like a little note from like the Unite DB developers or something here. Okay. Base damage 470 to 340. Is Lucario's base damage for E-Speed that low? 470? That sounds a bit low, but I guess that's really good scaling, right? So they nerfed his base damage a little bit. And each reset of Extreme Speed within 5 seconds of a move of one prior receives a 50% penalty in damage. Dude, they are really trying to shake up the top lane meta. They just gutted Greedent, and they kind of just gutted Lucario, bro. That means only your first E-Speed does full damage. After that, everyone does 50% less damage, right? Or does everyone after that do less and less damage to the point where you do no damage? I'm not really sure, but 50% damage penalty on your second E-Speed is big. And if it's how I think it works, where it goes from, let's say, 100 damage to 50 damage to 25 damage, it's going to make it so that those Lucarios that jump in and one-shot your whole team, it can't do that no more. By the time it jumps through your tanks and it goes onto your carry, Lucario's E-Speed will do no damage. Dude, I think this is actually going to gut Lucario. I don't think anyone will play Lucario after this, actually. Because Machamp was already pretty dang good. It's not like Machamp was eons below Lucario. And now Lucario just got so mega nerfed. By the time Lucario does 2 jumps, E-Speed does what? Let's say 1,000 damage late game, right? It jumps once 500, and if it works the way I think it does, it jumps again, does 200 damage. It's going to do 200 damage with E-Speed onto your carry. And then you reset it with Bone Rush. It does 100 damage. Maybe Bone Rush refreshes this. I'm thinking, right? Bone Rush has to refresh this. But wow, they are not messing around. They're trying to really switch up the game, bro. They're finally listening, guys. Wow, I'm excited, dude. I am excited for this patch, boys. Interesting changes, guys. Nerfs on all characters I hate. I love that. I love that, boys. Let's go. All right, on to the second part of the video here, guys. I usually split up my tier list for solo and team play. But recently, what you want to play in solo and what you want to play in team play are about the same. So I'm just going to keep them on one list. You guys seem to not enjoy the split. It made the video too long. So I'm going to just do it on one list to make it a little bit shorter here. Here we have all the characters up to Duraludon. Duraludon, as we know, it got nerfed recently from an S tier pick to a D tier pick now, guys. Duraludon, easily one of the worst characters in the game now, I believe. It just doesn't do anything. You pop that Unite and you do no damage. Dragon Pulse does no damage. People are starting to run Flash Cannon now, and you guys know Flash Cannon is so bad. So Duraludon, immediately bad now, guys. Unfortunate, unfortunate, unfortunate. Next one up, we have Mr. Mime. Mr. Mime, after the bug fixes to guard swap that were really holding it down, Mr. Mime is it an A or an S tier pick? I don't know. Almost every team now in competitive runs Mr. Mime, but some teams don't run it, and I think it's because they don't know how to play it, not because Mr. Mime is bad. I'm gonna probably put Mr. Mime bottom of S tier. Almost every team we play against now on 5 stacks in 2,000 plus elo runs a Mr. Mime because of how strong that guard swap psychic build is now. It is so incredibly strong. You just guard swap your teammate, they permanently heal, you permanently heal. You guard swap the enemy, you pop psychic, you basically AoE one-shot them. The combo for Mr. Mime is you guard swap, psychic, unite in, and then you pop your psychic on 2 people, which does a bunch of damage, and you unite finishes them off. Mr. Mime, easily an S tier pick right now with those guard swap changes. Next one up, we have someone like, let's do Pikachu. Pikachu, because of how strong Mr. Mime is, really fell out of the meta because Mr. Mimes can just one-shot Pikachu with the Psychic build. So people are starting to pick Pikachu a lot less. Pikachu's still pretty decent. I'm going to put Pikachu in B tier, probably bottom of B tier now. Teams are starting to move into more tanky or like mobile attackers, mainly because of Mr. Mime and the dominance of him and some other characters here. And another big dominant character is Decidueye. Decidueye is also S tier right now, guys, alright? With the Razor Leaf build. The Razor Leaf Storm build is so crazy. If you get one push off someone, they feel like they're CC'd forever. And because of that, like, and the Unite, if you're really squishy and you have no mobility like Pikachu, they're just gonna hunt you down. Decidueye Unite is gonna hunt you down and kill you late game. So Decidueye, another S tier pick. And that's what also brings back my boy Venusaur. My boy Venusaur is an A tier pick now. Usually, Pikachu and Pikachu and Venusaur are in the same tier, but for the longest time, Pikachu kind of overshadowed the Venusaur. But now that it's a little bit more valuable to have the mobility and tankiness, Venusaur is good at that. And Venusaur can snipe Mr. Mime and Decidueye far away with Solar Beam before they can get close to. So Venusaur is in a solid A tier here. Next one up, we have someone like Sylveon. While we're talking about attackers, let's talk about all the attackers right now. Sylveon is probably the best attacker in the game now, bot lane. The Calm Mind, stopping the Mr. Mime combo, stopping the Leaf Storm from the Decidueye are super, super important. Once you get Calm Mind Plus at like level 12, like really early. And if you do well bot lane, you can get that Unite at level 8 too. So Sylveon, awesome. Nice to see that's an S tier attacker now. It's probably above Mr. Mime. And Decidueye is probably above Mr. Mime if we rank them in order here. Yeah, that looks about right. Yeah, I see everyone practicing this, Sylveon now. Yeah, so shout out to my boy Ribbon here. Sylveon, there you go. It's finally an S tier. Next one up, let's talk about one of the newer characters that got changes. Lucario. Dude, Lucario was an S tier character. But these E-Speed changes, like, they just gutted Lucario way too hard, bro. I don't think it's D tier, but, like, it's probably C tier now. Lucario has never been C tier in his life. But finally, like, amen, boys. Lucario's in C tier. That nerf was ginormous on it, the E-Speed nerf. I guess you can still go Power Up Punch Lucario. You can still go Power Up Punch Lucario. Okay, I'll put it in B tier, because you can still go Power Up Punch Lucario, and that got unchanged. But E-Speed is definitely the bigger problem with Lucario. Power Up Punch can be kited and all that. So, yeah, that's fine. Now, with all these characters like Lucario and Duraludon out of the meta, and everyone is kind of squishy or mobile, Absol is actually a lot better now too for team play and for solo queue. I think Absol is a little bit better in Venusaur. I'm seeing a lot of these top tier junglers practice it. Dave's practicing some Absol. Rennie is practicing Absol. Absol is coming back into the meta now too to probably take out some stuff like Decidueye and avoid Mr. Mime maybe, because Absol is really mobile and it can unite when Mr. Mime unites and waste this entire unite. So everyone's starting to practice some Absol now. So you Absol mains, there you go. Absol is going to probably be an A tier there. Next one up, Blastoise, another one of my favorites. Blastoise being really tanky, having that rapid spin so he can't get CC down is actually very strong. Blastoise is also probably top of A tier. A lot of teams are putting Blastoise to die. I've been personally playing a lot of Blastoise if you guys have been watching my streams. So Blastoise is going to be an A tier here. None of these guys in S tier are very good against it. Yeah, I think Blastoise meta BC is good against all the characters up here. And all the characters up here are played like in every single game right now. Let's go ahead and see Garchomp. Garchomp, another A tier. You can't really play Garchomp for team play, but it's still pretty dang good for solo. You can carry pretty hard. I don't know. Maybe people start trying out Garchomp top lane or jungle to jump on Decidueyes, but so far I haven't seen it too much yet. But I feel like Garchomp has potential, but I don't play jungle or top for my team, so I can't try it out, sadly. Maybe I'll play some Garchomp bottom, and I'll tell you guys how that does, guys. All right. A9, it got buffed, then it got immediately nerfed again. I'm pretty sure A9 is, like, terrible now. See, it got buffed, it was pretty dang good, and then immediately got nerfed back down to where it's A Veil does nothing now. So I'm going to put A9 in C tier. I don't see too much experimentation with A9 anymore nowadays, guys. No one really plays it. So, unfortunate for A9 there. I'm sad for A9 there. Crustle. Crustle is probably a really slept-on pick, guys. S tier Crustle, guys, alright? Crustle is played almost every game in the Japanese meta of score comp and all that. He goes straight for the scores. I have a video on Crustle and how he plays if you guys want to go watch that and learn how to play Crustle. A very good character to learn. You can solo carry and score 350, 400 points every game solo. And then in team play, if you pick him in scoring comp, he also scores a lot of points. So Crustle, another S tier pick, probably better than Decidueye though. Yeah, probably better than Decidueye. It's played in every single game in Japan. It's just not very popular here in the Americas right now, right? Next one up is Talonflame. Because of all the meta options here with like Mr. Mime and Crustle and Blastoise, Talonflame is really falling out of the meta. Probably a D tier pick, really, really bad right now. It can't one-shot anyone. Everyone has gone tankier, and Talonflame thrives off of squishy characters. So Talonflame is going to fall to D. And then because Duraludon fell to D, so not many people are going to pick Duraludon anymore. Talonflame loses value because Talonflame is very good against Duraludon, A9, these kind of like not mobile characters. Whereas characters like Crustle does not care about Talonflame, you know what I'm saying? Next one up, let's do Cramorant. Cramorant is probably top of B tier here. I'm starting to see Cramorant being picked over Pikachu a little bit because of that Unite. You can go ahead and Unite and be unstoppable, and Mr. Mime can't get you, Decidueye can't push you, right? They can't really do too much to you. And then Sylveon, when it goes into Unite, I've seen Cramorants drop the combo on the floor, and then the second they come out of the Unite, they get hit by a combo. So Cramorant's moving up in the world. I'm happy about that. My boy Sam's starting to practice some Cramorant here because it's pretty dang good. So Cramorant runs X Attack, Energy Amplifier, and you basically press X Attack, Energy Unite, and then you start blasting people down. And then someone like Blissey that's on the team also will help you out. Blissey is probably right with Cramorant. They're usually played together. Cramorant unites Blissey, unites onto Cramorant, gives him the shield and damage boost, and you just tear up fights. One of the best team fighters in the game right now, Cramorant. Next one up, Machamp. Machamp is, I'm going to say Machamp is going to be the new premier top laner. This is a bold call because the patch just came in. But I'm pretty sure with the fall of grace of Lucario, Machamp is probably going to be the best top laner in the game now, and is going to be played every single game. So, hey, my boy Fui is going to go nuts on the Machamp. I'm excited for that. All right, nice stuff from Machamp there. I also like Machamp too. If I play solo, sometimes I play Machamp. You can stack with him. He does a lot of damage. His dive is really, really good. So I'm excited for that one there. Next one up, Wigglytuff. Wigglytuff, surprisingly, like, I don't see it played much anymore. I'm probably going to play it in C tier. Not many teams like playing Wigglytuff anymore. I think people are replacing Wigglytuff with Blissey now and Mr. Mime. So since the defender, since Wiggly's not played as a support, it's played as a defender. Defenders like Blastoise, Mr. Mime, and Blissey and Crustle are kind of outshining Wigglytuff a bit. Even though Blissey is played as a support too sometimes. But yeah, because the prominence of these other defenders, Wiggly's not really played anymore. And again, since the meta is tankier, you don't really need that cute charm in CC because no one cares about getting sung, you know? Like Machamp, Dynamic Punch goes invulnerable, Blastoise goes invulnerable, Mr. Mime goes invulnerable. Everyone goes invulnerable nowadays, so Wiggly is not really seen played anymore. Next one up is Gengar. Gengar is also pretty good now. In the same boat as Absol, Gengar is pretty good against these S tier picks. So teams are starting to practice it out. No, I shouldn't put it in A. I'm probably put Gengar top of B. I see teams starting to practice out Gengar for competitive, but it's not that good, I don't think. But if this was solo queue only tier list, Gengar would be S tier. But since it's not very good in competitive, I'm going to average it out and put it in B tier here. People are experimenting with Gengar, but it's probably still not good enough. But if you only play solo, as you guys have been seeing from my Gengar videos, Gengar is great at solo and solo carrying. Next one up, let's go ahead and go Cinderace, the newly changed Cinderace. Now, I don't know where Cinderace is going to be. Before the special attack changes, Cinderace would probably be top of A, maybe bottom of S tier. But with the special attack changes, I think people are gonna need to get used to it. So I'm gonna just safely put it at the top of B tier. It'll probably still be good. I don't think it'll be as good as before though with attack damage because you can run Muscle Band and all that. And Cinderace auto attacks a lot, but now maybe you still will run Muscle Band though. You know, you run Muscle Band, double glasses, go full damage on Cinderace. Maybe you stay safe, stay far back with the Pyro Ball. I don't know. We need to see some experimentation with Cinderace for sure. But if Absol's in the meta and Champ's in the meta, Cinderace is kind of hard for Cinderace to survive anyway. So I'm going to put some respect on Cinderace's name, put it at the top of B tier. Actually, maybe C tier. Maybe C tier is better for Cinderace, actually. Because, yeah, look at this. Look at all these characters. All of them are good against Cinderace. Yeah, Cinderace is probably going to be in C tier somewhere there. Speaking of C tier, Charizard. Charizard's probably in C tier as well. Charizard's sadly just not that good right now, guys. Like, it just doesn't do anything, guys. It doesn't really do much. It's probably worse than Wigglytuff. You can't get Unites off because everyone here is unstoppable, so you just whiff your Unite in a fight and die. Dave stops playing Charizard now too because of how bad it is. It feels like, even though we love playing Charizard dive comps. He's good with Blastoise if you go full-on dive comp, but I don't know. Charizard's kind of lukewarm at the moment, kind of unfortunate. A character that's not unfortunate right now is Trevenant. A lot of people are playing Trevenant now, boys. This is my time right now in the season, guys. All the goofy characters I like are in A or S tier. So Trevenant, is that as good as Mr. Mime? Teams either run Trevenant or Mr. Mime. Since they run either Trevenant or Mr. Mime, I think Mr. Mime is better. Maybe I'm a little bit biased because I'm rank 1 Mr. Mime in the world. But, yeah, probably Mr. Mime's a little bit better than Trevenant. But either, if you don't play Trevenant, you're going to play Mr. Mime. Or if you don't play Mr. Mime, you're going to play Trevenant. So they're like Venusaur and Pikachu back then where they're flip-flopped. Trevenant's super good now with all the heals and the Woodhammer buffs and that Unite to apply that debuff on everyone so that your Decidueye does more damage, your Machamp does more damage is super, super crucial. So Trevenant, another S tier pick here. Aegislash. Aegislash, you know, as people have gotten better of Aegislash, he's still not the best, but he's probably somewhere in the top of... no, I think Aegislash is going to probably be an A tier, to be honest. Yeah, Aegislash is probably going to be an A tier here. A little bit under Blastoise, not the Blast, a little bit under Garchomp. Now, this is with the caveat that you are really, really good at Aegislash. If you're really, really good at Aegislash, he's actually not bad. A lot of top laners play him before, and they're learning him. And now that Lucario's out of the meta, if you're not playing Machamp, you're probably playing Aegislash top. So that's why you see some people like Overlord and Retsu and them, they're all practicing Aegislash. Fui's practicing some Aegislash now too. They're probably going to be playing Machamp, but if for whatever reason Machamp is not good, they're going to fall onto Aegislash now that Lucario is nerfed. So it's a very interesting time to be alive, guys. Like, I'm putting Aegislash above Lucario in the tier list. What a time to be alive, boys. Drop a like for that, guys. The meta can change on a drop of a dime, fellas, alright? It's how it goes. Snorlax. Snorlax is going to be another D tier pick, guys. I haven't seen anyone play Snorlax forever. I tried a few games of Snorlax. It's not that good. It's not that good. Its early game secures are really messed up by some other characters now, and it's just not that good. Range is the name of the game bot lane now, not really melee. And if you need to pick a melee character, you want to pick someone like Mr. Mime or Trevenant, not Snorlax. So Snorlax D tier. While we're in the D tier here, Dragonite, another D tier. There's just so many better junglers now, like Absol and Gengar. And, you know, Machamp, Decidueye, like, even if you want to play those jungle, it's so much better now, guys. But you probably do want to keep Machamp and Decidueye in the top lane for the time being, though, so that they can get their attack weight stacks. But even if you put Decidueye and Machamp in the jungle, it's probably better than Dragonite. Next one up, let's do Greninja. Greninja and Cinderace are usually at around the same thing, but since Cinderace got, I'm going to assume nerfed, I'm going to put Greninja in B tier. Probably better than Lucario now, though. Some teams still pick it as a niche pick. Actually, no, it might be a little bit worse because Greninja was picked because Duraludon was meta, but now that Duraludon's not meta, I'm probably going to put Greninja back in C tier, actually, yeah. These two are about the same character, and Greninja used to always be worse than Cinderace, but now the special attack changes, I think Greninja is going to be a little bit better, and it's going to have more of a niche as the auto attacker now, and Cinderace is going to be the one that uses spells. Next one up, we have Mamoswine. Mamoswine, probably an A tier. Not better than Blastoise, though, but not better... Yeah, not better than Blastoise, not better than Absol, but again, it's good against all these other characters here. You can push these characters around. The meta is getting a lot tankier now, right? So, it's very important to kill the 1 or 2 squishies on everyone's team. So, divers are very, very good right now. Like Blastoise, Machamp, divers are very meta. So, you can blow up the Decidueye and Sylveons on the team and then make it a tank fight. So, yeah, not much to say about Mamoswine. He's always pretty decent, so it's nice that he finally gets played in the meta. Serena is another S tier pick now too. Serena is actually played bot lane now as the attacker for some teams. Again, it's just another adaptation because Sylveon and Decidueye's meta, Serena got a lot better. People play it as attacker bot lane. You baby and you feed Serena a bunch of farm, and then late game, you know, he just jumps on the Decidueye and double stomps it. It's not better than these two. It may be top of A or bottom of S. I'm gonna go bottom of S. I'm going to go out on a limb here again and go bottom of S. Yeah, Serena, we're moving more towards melee attackers now. Some people even play Blastoise attacker with Mr. Mime bottom. So Serena, like a meta bot lane you would typically see nowadays is like Serena, Mr. Mime, and maybe a support like Blissey or Eldegoss. Speaking of Eldegoss still pretty solid character, guys. Still one of the best supports. It's just too useful. Eldegoss will never be out of the meta unless they gut it like Lucario. So probably somewhere over here still. You still see Eldegoss in a good amount of teams. But now with Blissey getting better, it's, you know, a little bit of a toss-up between these two. Actually, because of that, I should probably put it here then, right? I think Eldegoss is still picked more than Blissey, but these guys are 50-50, I think. So let's put Eldegoss in B here. And then, yeah, like a typical bot lane is Eldegoss, Mr. Mime, and Serena. And the Eldegoss will secure from range because it's range and these two are melee. Speaking of range, Gardevoir, you want to put Gardevoir in the very, very back. Since the meta is so tanky, Gardevoir is, like, actually pretty good because it has that special defense shred from its Psychic. So it can actually cut through a lot of these tanks. But not many teams know how to play Gardevoir. My team is probably the only team that knows how to play Gardevoir. Dave is one of the best Gardevoirs. So I'm actually going to put Gardevoir top of A tier. But you're not going to see Gardevoir too much, though, because teams don't really know how to play Gardevoir. But once they learn Gardevoir, hopefully the meta will still be good for it. You know, it's going to take a lot of time to learn. And hopefully by then Gardevoir is not nerfed. The meta doesn't change. If the meta stays tanky like this, and Gardevoir will probably still be meta, I think. So Gardevoir probably top of A tier here. Hoopa, another fall from Gray Skies. Used to be an S tier support, and then after the nerfs now, immediate D tier, guys. Probably the worst character in the game now, Hoopa. No, not the worst character in the game. My bad. Greedent is the worst character in the game because of the unstoppable changes. Now there's no real reason to pick Greedent at all. You don't become unstoppable, like, so people will just CC you as you're running around doing dumb stuff, and you're dead. Like, Greedent players are going to have to play the game a completely different way. RIP to Art there. Sorry, Greedent's going to be nerfed. You got to pick a new character to play. You're not going to be able to play Greedent no more. But what am I saying? I'm so happy, dude. I'm so happy. No one likes Greedent, guys. Let's go. Drop a like if you hate Greedent. Let's go, baby. No more Greedent, baby. All right. Next one up, Zeraora. Zeraora, again, just like Absol, probably worse than Absol. Very good divers now, so it's going to be, its job is going to be to dive the Gardevoirs, to dive the Decidueyes. There's going to be one DPS carry on every team. It's either Cramorant, Gardevoir, or Decidueye. Maybe Pikachu if your teams are kind of old school, right? So Zeraora is going to be, his job is just going to be kill those and then let the all-rounders and tanks fight. Lastly, Slowbro. Slowbro will never be useless ever. But it's a little bit worse now, though. Is it worse? No, Slowbro's actually probably still good. It's probably not S tier like it would be last week, but it'll probably still be a little bit under Blastoise. If someone dives in to kill your Gardevoir, you can Slowbro unite him. And yeah, no, it's a little bit worse because Talonflame and Charizard are worse, I think, actually. Because if these two are ever meta, Slowbro gets a lot better because he counters them really hard, right? And Dragonite and Duraludon, yeah. Slowbro counters all the guys down here, so I think it's actually going to be a little bit worse than Aegislash, I think. Yeah, I think more teams are going to end up playing Aegislash than Slowbro if I had to make a decision on that, right? Yeah, probably. But yep, here's the tier list for now, guys, all right? I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I tried to speed up a little bit more because you guys said the other videos were too fast. And for the people that skipped to the end of the video, let's mix this up real quick. Let's quickly mix this up. Lucario, S tier for some reason. Decidueye, A tier. Gardevoir, D tier. Hoopa, S tier. Sylveon, C tier. Greninja, B tier. This C tier. Pikachu, S tier. Serena, D tier. Dragonite, C tier. Snorlax, C tier. Duraludon, B tier. Gardevoir, B tier. Greedent, A tier. Absol, D tier. Mamoswine, D tier. Garchomp, C tier. Slowbro tier. Trevenant, B tier. Just move this stuff around, confuse people. So people are going to come in at the end here and get super, super confused. They're like, whoa, why is Lucario S tier? What the fuck? I don't see anyone playing Lucario anymore, right? Machamp, A tier. He's probably here. This is probably here. This is probably here. This is probably here. Duraludon, yeah. Yep, Trevenant probably back here. Okay, look, we scrambled it up here. People are going to come in here like, whoa, Phil's stupid. Why is Serena and Aegislash D tier? But it's okay. It's to trick the people there. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, guys. Drop a like if you guys enjoyed. And I hope you guys have a good rest of the day, guys, all right? And if you guys don't know what's going on, make sure to check the date this video is posted. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye, everyone.